And welcome back to Hannity. Hillary Clinton is finally responding to the bombshell allegations made by Donna Brazile and the DNC and the Clinton campaign that they colluded to actually rig the 2016 Democratic primary. Like, by the way, the fake news media, they were colluding with her. The fix was in. Take a look.
The DNC had a bad couple of weeks. Donna Brazile wrote a book. I know she's a longtime colleague of yours. And she sort of, in her book, made this comment that your campaign, through an agreement, had too much influence to maybe at the detriment of the Sanders campaign. She sort of walked back those comments now.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to that?
I didn't know what she was referring to because, as has now come out, that just wasn't the case.
Nah, they just signed a private agreement, and Bernie Sanders didn't have the agreement. She was in charge of hiring and the money and everything else. It was, and Donna Brazile said it was rigged. Here was reaction. Fox News contributors Tomi, Lahren, and Jessica Tarlov. Why are you laughing? She said she said
what Donna Brazile said is so laughable. That's why I was laughing.
So Donna Brazile is a liar.
Donna Brazile made it seem as though the 2015 joint fundraising agreement was actually what the 2016 joint fundraising agreement said. Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton signed the same agreement.
Glenn Greenwald wrote an article that says that is one of the biggest lies, that Bernie signed the same thing. That's not true.
No, it is absolutely true. Look at it. And then he went out and raised $0 for Democrats, and Hillary raised hundreds of millions of dollars.
What you're saying is Donna Brazile is a liar. That's what you're saying.
That's what it looks like.
When she said it was rigged.
Well, rigged, first of all, how do you rig 4 million votes?
And she said she called Bernie Sanders and it broke her heart.
Yeah, well, I mean, you read that excerpt where she had to light a candle and put on the mood music to call Bernie Sanders.
Well, I don't think I'd want to tell somebody that they never had a shot, that there was a joint agreement.
He didn't have a shot because he didn't appeal to Democratic
Hillary controlling the hiring and the finances of the DNC? And not Bernie.
But she did after she was the nominee, which is the right of every nominee.
Before they were
But it was the 2016 agreement, not the 2015 agreement.
Is there anything? I honestly believe, Tomi Lahren, that I swear, if the Clintons are on national TV and they put a gun at someone's head for no reason at all and shoot somebody, the left in this country would defend it.
Look at Donna Brazile. It's not true.
You know, and I want to ask, Jessica, I want to ask you a question. What do you think the leftist mainstream media would say about Sean or myself if we called Donna Brazile a liar? What would they call us? They would call us sexist and they would call us racist. But because you're a Democrat, you can say Donna Brazile is a liar to protect Hillary's butt. Now, what world do we live in?
Oh, well, I don't think that the leftist media right now, if you read what they're writing about, lots of them were Hillary defenders, and lots of them are making exactly the same argument that I am right now. So I don't think they would call you racist, and I don't think they would call you sexist. Listen, the liberal media likes me more than they like you. That's for sure. But it's not because of anything inaccurate.
That's so mean of them. Tomi, I'm sure your feelings are hurt.
I really like you, Tomi, and I like you, Sean. But I'm just saying, you know.
Tomi, the left-wing media doesn't like you. Shocking.
Oh, no. Oh, boy, add it to the list. That's okay. If the leftist mainstream media doesn't like me, I take that as a victory. I'm sure you do as well, Sean.
Yeah, all right. But the bottom line is, you know, I look at a lot of things. I see that James Comey writes an exoneration of Hillary Clinton, and I look at that and I say, wow, the fix was in. He did it before he even did his investigation. I see Bill Clinton meeting with Loretta Lynch on the tarmac, and I'm thinking the fix is in. And then I see that Hillary Clinton, although she denied it for a year, that she had paid for this phony Russian dossier full of salacious lies about Donald Trump. And now, oh yeah, but it was only research, op research, when she paid for it and denied it. Why do you constantly defend people that are known liars, continually lying?
Well, are you willing to admit that Donald Trump is a liar?
No,
then we can play
tell
here.
me on what?
Okay, how about he was against the Iraq War from the start?
Actually, I know from first-hand experience, because I used to fight with him on the phone about it.
What about what he said on Howard Stern? That was invented?
He said that too. Listen, one of the things that Donald Trump, he shouldn't have done is gone on Howard Stern. If you want to be president, don't go on Howard Stern's
Well,
show.
I don't think he knew.
No, but the point is, I know first-hand experience. He was talking about taking the oil back in the day because I talked to him about it. First-hand experience.
Okay, and I mean, he went out there when.
But that doesn't. But you answered my question. Why the Clintons? Wasn't the fix-in when Comey wrote the exoneration before he did his work?
Well,
isn't that fix-in?
Well, there are analysts who say that, first of all, there are 3 people who could have change the language there with the Comey letter.
I
said I'm happy for the.
But he's writing an exoneration before he did his work or interviewed the people
I have
involved.
said that I have no problem with an investigation into what happened in the FBI.
You have a problem her funding the Russians when she lied and said she wasn't
funding
responsible?
Opposition research or meeting with Kremlin officials. Don Jr. is saying, hey, come on down, let's have a chat.
Well, excuse me, Fusion GPS that she was paying, we now learned hang on, we just learned this week that they met with the Russian lawyer before and after Hillary was paying them. Tomi Lahren, get him.
Here's my question for Jessica, and it's an honest, sincere question. Do you trust Hillary Clinton? Not anybody else, not analysts, you. Do you trust Hillary Clinton?
With what?
Honesty. Is she an honest person?
I do actually think that she is an honest person. I think there obviously, when you have been in public service for 25 years, 30 years, there are certainly things that I have called her out on and said that it's just wrong, the way she waffled with the email scandal. I even called her out about what happened during Benghazi and the Benghazi scandal after that. But I do not think that Hillary Clinton knew what was going on with the Russian dossier. If you want to talk to Mark Elias, to her lawyer, you can do that. If you want to question why there weren't FEC filings, you can do that.
Tomi Lahren.
This woman has been lying for decades, and the Democratic Party continues to shield her. You can keep doing it if you want. It's only going to help us in 2020. So keep shielding Hillary Clinton, keep bubble wrapping her. It's hurting you, not me.
I mean, no. I just disagree with you. Shielding her, the woman lost the presidency twice. She's not running for public office ever again. She's mostly in the woods or at her house.
You don't think there's anything wrong with her? What turns out she paid for phony Russian information that was used as Hillary Clinton's campaign.
You think Hillary Clinton
and
said, go out and do this?
Excuse me. Who knows what she knew? Nobody knows. She paid $10 million. Nobody knows anything.
Her campaign did. Go talk to her
She's her campaign.
Lawyer. She's not. I mean, how many decisions are... Well, fine, then Donald Trump knew everything that happened with the Russians.
I got to roll.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
When we come back, I have a powerful...
It's time for final thoughts, and I'm not angry today. Nope. In fact, I'm pretty darn happy. Why? Because I'm damn proud of what our president has accomplished in the year since we shocked the world and elected him our 45th president. Don't let the leftist mainstream media fool you. Donald Trump is winning, and with him, the American people. Yeah, ISIS is probably not too happy since we've nearly eradicated their poison from the Middle East. After 8 years of watching our enemies get stronger, we finally got a president that actually wants to win. We've got a military fighting force no longer shackled by Obama administration kid gloves. We've got a president who enables them to be the fighting force they are trained to be, not the sitting ducks President Obama forced them to be. And North Korea's little rocket man has also been put on notice. This president doesn't waver. Oh, and Iran, he's watching you too. And it's not just the U.S. military that feels the support. Our brave law enforcement officers finally have an advocate in the Oval Office and the Justice Department who respect the line they hold for us in our communities every day of the year. And despite the gloom and doom predictions of so-called expert economists, our stock market is booming. In fact, on the one-year anniversary of Trump's win, the Dow has booked its best ever first year under a new administration since 1945. How's that for proving them wrong? We've also added 1.5 million jobs and charted an economic expansion of at least 3% for 2 quarters in a row. Oh, and never Trumpers, despite your best efforts to elect crooked Hillary, our President Donald Trump brought a true conservative to the Supreme Court. You're welcome. That's not all. Illegal border crossing is way down, wall prototypes are in the works, as well as historic tax cuts for the American people. Oh, but I can hear the snowflakes now. His approval ratings are low and his tweets are mean. Boo-hoo-hoo. Before you get too excited about your poll numbers and ratings, remember those same polls told us Hillary had a 98.1 chance of winning. President Trump is putting America first and the world knows it. Meanwhile, what have the rest of our representatives done? What have the never-Trumpers done? I'll tell you, nothing. What about the Democrats? They've protested, resisted, and insisted half the country is racist. And what about the F Donald Trump crowd? Oh yeah, they've rioted in the streets, burned flags, removed statues, and sat for the national anthem. Wow, productive. What about the Hollywood elite? What have they contributed? Bad jokes, harassment scandals, and dismal ratings at their elitist award shows hold the applause. Keep your race bait, your vulgar signs, your publicity stunts, your dumb hats, your whining, your conspiracy theories, and hot air. Donald Trump is making America great again with or without your blessing. Those are my final thoughts from LA. God bless and take care. It's time for final thoughts, and I think I speak for Americans on both sides of the political divide when I say we are sick and tired of these corrupt politicians wasting our time and money on this Russia investigation. Seriously, this is so ridiculous in every way and on all sides. We, the American taxpayers, are spending millions on this Russia probe because some corrupt politicians, consultants, and businessmen apparently couldn't help but be crooked snakes. We are spending God only knows how much on lawyers, staff, panels, prosecutors, and paperwork. And if that doesn't tick you off, you're not paying attention. Oh, and the worst part is, it's nearly impossible to tell from public reports exactly how much this probe is costing taxpayers, and the committees running the investigations refuse to talk about it. The money is just a part of this continuous annoyance. Don't forget, we've got our elected representatives on House and Senate Intelligence Committees spending a huge chunk of their time, of our time, investigating this crap. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we shouldn't be investigating. I'm personally ticked off we have to be tangled up in this BS in the first place. Whether it's Manafort or Podesta or dossiers or secret meetings, the whole thing stinks. Don't get it twisted. Donald Trump won the election fair and square. Russia didn't force Hillary to delete emails, smash cell phones with hammers, lie about Benghazi, run a sham influence-selling charity foundation, rely on identity politics, or ignore the Rust Belt. Nah, that was all her. Still, it's not cool that both sides did some shady stuff. What exactly? We may never know. We may spend millions of dollars and countless hours on this and still never know. While hardworking Americans of all stripes are busting our humps to make a living, we've got swamp rats sucking us dry. It's disgusting and at the very least frustrating. This is why Americans don't trust D.C. Seems like every day of the year someone is trying to get away with something at our expense. So I've got a solution. Crooks, all of you, just give it up. Come forward, admit what you did, suffer the consequences, then get the heck out. If you need to be treated like toddlers, so be it. You're going to get caught, so instead of stretching this thing out for another 6 months to a year or longer, just put your hands up and throw in your swamp-drenched towels. You owe us that much. Then maybe we can get back to the important things, the things that brought us to the polls on November 8th, 2016. We didn't vote for Russia or scandals or closed-door BS. We voted for national security, border security, tax reform, Obamacare repeal, education, and balanced budgets. I know that's what our president wants to accomplish for us, for all of us. Let's get it done because watching both sides trade Russia accusations is not what we signed up for. Amen. Those are my final thoughts from LA. God bless and take care.